Shalom, shalom. Kol halalim la Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, elder bishops of Great Millstone. And shalom to the prophets of that body. Shalom to the 144,000 and 1/3. May the spirit of endurance be upon you and your households. Okay, wherever you are, scattered to the four corners of the earth. Okay. I mean, yesterday, we were always watching the Men of the Lord, the Men of Great Millstone, and there's so many channels, and I sometimes forget which channel that I've watched. But anyway, obviously we've been hearing about Eloni Muskie, right? With his, I'm saying his name in a code, in a different way because of how Esau gets down, right? The powers that be, and the algorithm and all that other stuff. But I think they've got 5 to 7 patients, and some of them have been implanted with the charagma. They've had the incision in the flesh, okay? Pursuant to Revelation, the book of Revelations. I'm going to go into some scriptures. First, I'm going to play the news segment, which, spiritually, I mean, other news segments have more than likely brought it out. But, this one was the first one that's popped out. It was 6, which one is it? It is NBC 6, all right? All right. 666, right? And which is, alludes or aligned with the charagma, so that's spiritual in itself. But nevertheless, it's taking place, and a lot of people, and Esau lets you know in their movies. There's a movie called Upgrade, which makes a paraplegic or somebody in a wheelchair get back their ability to walk. They can actually fight, and they're actually controlled. But in the end, just like a gangster movie, like they show a gangster living the high life, the silk suits, the jewelry, the women. What happens? He ends up in the trunk of a car. In this, that's an analogy, of course. But in this aspect, someone who takes the charagma, especially in Upgrade, what happens? AI takes over, and basically you're just a piece of machinery walking around with the ability to walk and talk. You lost your soul, you lost your spirit. You can't even think how you want to think. But nevertheless, these are Esau's just trying to mimic left-hand side miracles by making these paraplegics or people in wheelchairs that have been hurt, lost their ability to walk or whatever, right? They're moving things with their mind. They're doing things which, the average person would be enticed to utilize. They would say, you know what? I can walk and talk, but still, I want to have this ch1pp in me because I want these abilities. Maybe I can run faster. Maybe I can walk faster. I don't know, run faster. Maybe the fear factor will be eliminated in my mind, and I can do things which sometimes fear gets in the way. There's many aspects to this, right? And obviously, where a lot of people, especially our people, Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives, as well as the other Israelite foreigners, that are scattered to the four corners of the earth, right, will be enticed also, and those will be the 2/3 that will be enticed, because Esau, the so-called white man, wants to be like the Most High, right? They want to have their ability to control. They want to have their ability to see everybody and control everybody, know what they're thinking. Hence, movies like Minority Report. They want to know what you're doing. They want to be all-seeing and all-knowing, right? And they want to control you. Okay, they want to have full control over the earth, man. Hence, prison planet, the term prison planet or New World Order, right? So these are just left-hand side miracles which Esau's trying to mimic. But the elect are going to get spiritual power, the 144,000. They're going to be able to fly, walk on water, see through walls, ability to appear and reappear. Disappear and appear. A whole, all basically everything that you see in spiritual power movies, from Superman, The Flash, X-Men, that's all from the scriptures. But Jake's not going to just have one specific power. Like, okay, one Jake can fly, another Jake can run fast. You're going to have it all. You're going to have it encompassed. All right. Now, Salakia for waffling on there for a bit. Okay, let's just go into the new segment. All right, let's go.
A major milestone marked in Miami. The first microchip backed by Elon Musk was implanted into a patient's brain at a local hospital. It is part of a clinical trial giving people who are paralyzed the ability to control their phones or their computers with just their mind. And I spoke to one of the Miami doctors involved, and he says so far it's a success. First time in 2.5 years.
I think my favorite thing is probably being able to turn on my TV.
Military veteran RJ is regaining a simple freedom.
RJ suffered a spinal cord injury, cervical spinal cord injury, due to a motorcycle accident, which left him quadriplegic, which just simply means that he lacks the use primarily of his arms or his legs.
And he, like a handful of other participants across the country, is taking part in a groundbreaking clinical trial that began in 2024.
I'm Nolan, aka P1.
My name's Alex.
I am Brad Smith.
My name is Mike.
Yeah, I'm RJ. I'm B5.
Each patient paralyzed by either a spinal cord injury or ALS. In each of their brains, an implanted microchip called Neuralink.
It's been an incredible amount of progress.
The Neuralink brain-computer device, founded by Elon Musk, teamed up with the Miami Project to Cure Paralysis and the University of Miami Health System. Dr. Jonathan Jagged and his team executed RJ's implant just months ago.
This device is completely invisible, to anybody else that interacts with somebody who has it implanted. The other thing that makes it very unique is how it's been miniaturized. It's a very small device.
About the size of a coin, but the impact so far, anything but small. During Neuralink's summer update on the trial, they showed this moment. Watch as a participant moves his cursor with his mind.
Whoa!
By the way, copyright fair use 1976. Now, obviously, this is going to corner the market in terms of people that are in these, what looks to be a bunch of Edomites. So a bunch of, which is a so-called white man, the Caucasian race. Now, this is going to corner the market of people that are in wheelchairs, paraplegics, quadriplegics, whatever, right? Retarded people. It's going to basically corner that market. And then, there's going to be instances which Esau will do is children will go missing. Whether they stage that, because they've got AI, they can do pretty much anything, right? And the AI they have, they can make it look very, very, very realistic. And they show it in movies like, I believe it was either Running Man or Total Recall, right? Where Arnold Schwarzenegger was set up for deleting people, which he didn't do, right? Okay, so that's what they're going to do. With AI, they're going to utilize it in ways which will help them in what they want to do is basically get everybody on a locked up, hence the term prison planet, right? Meaning locked up in terms of where they want to control everybody, not literally behind bars, but what they want to control everybody. So children will go missing, parents will go crazy, worried. If you're a parent, you know how that feels, in terms of you're waiting for your child to come home from school. They're late by 10 minutes. You get worried, saying, shit, where are they? You know what I mean? Which is understandable, of course. But the elect know that we believe in the elect, hopefully elect know that we believe in Yahweh Bashim Yashai, and we cast our burdens upon the Lord. So we don't have to worry about these things. Anointing your children, praying over your children, praying constantly and asking the Lord, begging Yahweh Bashim Yashai to protect us is, what we do, because we beg our Father, right? The way we beg our earthly Father for things when we were children, we beg our Father in heaven. Okay, Yahweh Bashim Yashai. All right, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Okay, so they're gonna, corner that market as well, more than likely, where children will go missing, or they'll stage it, or they'll literally make it happen. And there's already instances where children are going missing, but they're mainly Hispanic and so-called black children, Israelites. And Esau don't really give a shit about them, right? So when Edomite children start going missing, right, that's when more people, or people in general, will say, you know what? let me CHIP my children because I'm worried about where they are. The same way you can find out where your, trace your iPhone, or if a woman is trying to, keep a tracks on her boyfriend or husband, where if he's got another woman or not, she can sort of track, his traces using iPhone or whatever tracking system. The same thing with the CHIP. There's that area as well. And obviously, lonely people that have pets, they've already got their pets CHIP'd anyway. But that's neither here or there. But that's going to entice people to get themselves CHIP'd. Obviously, people that have got dementia, elderly, people want to get the elderly CHIP'd. Then you're going to have people that want to have somewhat of a superpower. Those are the people that are into comics and Marvel comics and things like that. And they just say, oh man, you know what? I want this too, so I can do this, that, and the third, Whatever kind of miracles, left-hand side miracles Esau will show, all right? And then ultimately, when the financial system crashes, the only way they'll be able to buy and sell will be the CHIP. And that's going to pretty much bring everybody else in, because they're going to put you in a situation of dire straits where you won't be able to buy or sell. You're going to be hungry. You're going to need food, etc. Pay your bills. You want to keep a roof over your head. You're worried about your children, your wife, parents, or whatever. And you say, you know what? I've got to do this. So I'm going to take one for the team, right? And they're going to say, you know what? Let's all get CHIP'd. And that will be another area, okay? So these are the beginning stages, but this is Brakti Habashim Yashai, because this is the Lord's CHIP. And this is not for the elect. This is for the 2/3. This is for the 2/3 and the heathen, all right? Because the elect are not going to take the CHIP, the charagma, all right?
Oh, well done, man. Well done. These are people that can't even move a mouse, right? So you have to understand, in its early stages, it's been really successful at allowing them to accomplish goals that they cannot otherwise accomplish. But what it can do in the future is anybody's guess.
Anybody's guess about Neuralink's potential. The uncharted territory raises concerns, but Dr. Jagged says it's expected with any new technology. And after years in the making, RJ is hopeful.
Excited to see what BCI's got going on.
All right. Let's go. Let's see if there's any other new segments. Okay. Paralyzed patient at UM just got his brain CHIP. All right. That's 3 days ago. And I think the first one was CHIP I think it was the 30th of June. Oh, this was 27th of June. It's June, IUIC. It's June. And it's happening. It happened in June, didn't it? In month 6. In the 6th month it started happening. So it was done within the month of June. It wasn't July, but it's reported in July for the most part, but it happened in the month of June. Because look, all the new segments are coming out 27th of June, 30th of June. So most of it happened in the month of June, but it's being reported now. All right. Let's go. Okay, NBC 6. Let's go to Revelation 13. All right, Revelation 13. And let's go to the point here. I mean, it's all beautiful. Let's go to Revelation 13:16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And the word mark, when you go to the blue letter, in the Greek word is charagma. And charagma translated means incision or piercing the flesh. Okay? Now, as you can see here, it says free and bond. So therefore, people that are in prison, all right? And who's the majority in prison, which Esau has set up as stumbling blocks to get our people caught up and locked up, are mainly blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Bulk of them are Israelites. You've got Israelite foreigners amongst them too, yeah. All right? But they're the curses apply to everybody. But Esau, being carnal, they mainly focus on the visible Israelites, right? And they've got ways to find out who the Israelite foreigners are. That's why they put the Italians and Irish through certain things as well. the Albanians and all that. You know what I mean? Certain parts of India as well, where a lot of Jake are situated. You know, they do what they got to do, but you know, free and bond, meaning so a lot of Jake are going to be enticed. They might say, you know what, if you take the CHIP, right, you can do your sentence outside. So therefore, instead of like, what do you call it, home lockdown, when you're serving a sentence but you got to stay indoors. What's that term, man? Whatever that term is, basically, you know, where they like, you got to serve your sentence and you got to stay indoors, you know, or you got only so many hours you can go out during the day, but you got to be indoors at a certain time, or you know, you got to stay within the domain of your premises. So you can't go beyond your front garden, or you can't go beyond your back garden, for example, right? They might say, okay, you could take the CHIP, and if you take the CHIP, right, you can wander around freely, walk around and all that, but you have to take the CHIP. And didn't they have a new segment a while ago? One of the brothers brought it out of Great Millstone, where you can serve a 20 or 30-year sentence in the space of 7 minutes if you take the CHIP. Basically, you'll get all those experience of many, 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 many years in a space of 7 to 12, 7 to 10 minutes, something like that, right? So there's going to be many avenues. They're only giving you what they want to give you. So they're going to spoon feed you what they have. They've got everything lined up already. They don't have to just make it. They've got everything lined up. They're just giving you, you know, the way in the right-hand side where the elders would say, oh, we're giving you milk scripture so you can understand. On the left-hand side, these devils are giving you, spoon feeding you, their poisonous milk in terms of technology. So they're giving you the little small things like this at the moment, but they've got all the biggest shit lined up to give to you. All right. So, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, a charagma, in their right hand or in their foreheads. And this happens to be, right, in their head. Okay. But the hand will apply also. Yeah, the hand will apply also. You know what? As soon as I just had read, oh man, something just came in my mind. Either I had a dream last night or I saw the advertisement. I think it was like for a chain, supermarket chain, where, I don't know, man, it could have been a vision or a dream, where they had advertisements saying hand scanning payments are available and forehead scanning. That just popped into my mind right now. And it did something like that early this morning. I think it was between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. But anyway, I'll look into that and I'll report back on that. Okay, anyway. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Okay? Are you going to buy and sell? All right? Don't listen to other camps. It's up to you if you want to listen to them. The ones that say, oh, the mark is worshipping white Jebus, or dealing with so-called white women, Edomite women, or heathen women, or whatever. No, that's not the mark of the beast. All right? Okay? You can deal with heathen women, but you just don't follow their doctrine. All right? They're concubines. All right? All right? You don't marry them. All right, but they have, you can't pass them around as well. You can't do that Snoop Dogg shit. It ain't fun if the homies can have them. You can't pass them around either. You can't say, oh yeah, homie, you can deal with her as well. No, you can't do that shit. They're like a wife, but a lesser wife. All right, you can deal with heathen women. All right, that's not the mark. Okay, or worshipping Jebus, Caesar Borgia. You can't go into a store and say, yeah, oh, I worship Caesar Borgia or Cracker Jebus, right, or Edomite Jebus. And I deal with so-called white women. So yeah, give me 5 loaves of bread, 3 gallons of milk, give me a bottle of whiskey there, and give me a case of beer, and give me 20 gallons of water, and 20 packets of turkey bacon and 60 eggs or something. You can't do that. That's not how it's going to be done. It's going to be scanning, boop, 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 the same way you use your Apple Pay on your phone. Those phones are going to be done away with. They've already had commercials where people are speaking in their hand. All right, they're letting you know, they're alluding towards that, where they're going to have technology where it's going to be, basically in your flesh. All right, so it's going to come to that point. and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. What's the number of the beast's name? All right. Verse 18, here is wisdom. All right, and it's 18 as well. 18, 666, 6 times 3, 18. Okay. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636. You know, and that news segment that was played was from NBC6. I'm just saying that's kind of spiritual, you know. So the elect know about this. The elect know what time it is, because what it is, this has to happen worldwide, man, before World War III really goes into, let's just say, fifth gear or sixth gear, however you want to say it, when it gets to the point where there's tanks rolling through the street, people are being drafted, or what's the other word, man? Yeah, just say drafted into the armies, and really shit's really popping off, you know, like you see in all these wartime or World War III type movies. All right. You know, there's those twin propeller army helicopters. I don't know what you call them, what the term for them is. You know, I've been seeing them a lot flying around London as well, you know, which is weird, you know, because they were coming to that time and these soldiers are preparing. All right. So, Abaratizah, man, this thing speeds up. Okay. One more scripture, Matthew 24 and 24. For there shall arise false Hamashiachs, or false Christs, and false prophets, okay, and shall shew great signs and wonders, in so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. But the elect are not going to get deceived. All right, we get elated, we get happy when we see this. Yeah, we go through hell on a daily basis. The hopeful elect, of course, they go through. We don't know whether you elect or not. It's the hopeful elect. We hope, right? We don't know, Salakia, we don't know whether we're the elect or not. But the hopeful elect, or let's just say the elect, know that this is a good thing that's happening, because all this hell has to happen. All these things have to occur before the Lord's return. You understand? These things don't happen, right? Obviously, Yahweh Bashim Mashah is going to make it happen, right? Because the Lord controls everything, pursuant to Isaiah 45 verse 7, the right hand side and the left hand side. But these things have to happen for the Lord to return, because the Lord is bound by His word, and Yahweh Bashim Mashah is not a man that he should lie, right? So therefore, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. But it's not possible to deceive the elect, because the elect are chosen from the foundation of the earth, and the angels have been pursuant to Psalms 91 and 11. The Lord will send angels to give charge over the elect, to control their minds and their thought processes, to guide them, right, in the right thought processes. You know, Esau's putting all this bullshit out there in terms of in the air and the barium, all these chemicals or whatever, right, and and poisoning food to try and what's that word, man? To mess with your pineal gland, to calcify it. But the Lord can still penetrate through a calcified pineal gland of an elect member. So therefore, the elect are not going to get deceived. Only the 2/3 are going to get deceived of our people that are going to die on this side, pursuant to the book of Zechariah 13 and 8 and 13 and 9. 2/3 are going to die, 1/3 are going to make it through, right? And this is for the heathen. The heathen are going to get deceived. Some of the heathen know about the mark of the BEAST, and some of them will fight tooth and nail against it, but they're still effed anyway, because they're going into slavery, or they're going to die and they're going to be born into slavery. So therefore, then you've got some people out there, Gen Zs and people that are tech orientated, tech heads or whatever. They can say, man, I want this, the ones that go to all these kind of Comic Con type places with superheroes and shit, and they're going to say, oh, you know what? Because Esau's not going to get no spiritual power ever, they can, their only hope is to get CHIP, then they can maybe run a little faster or whatever, or whatever, move things with their mind, or whatever wonders or great signs and wonders that these devils will push. All right. So the elect are not going to get deceived, man. All right. Okay. I mean, some people see Elon Musk as a prophet, but he's a false prophet. All right. Some, false Christ. We see them on a daily. There's that weirdo in Russia, that Edomite who's got like this colony of people that believe that he's a Hamashiach. They think he's Jeebus. There's all sorts of weirdos everywhere, man, that show great signs and wonders. All right, and people are being deceived, but the elect are not going to get deceived in any shape or form because they have been chosen not to be deceived. All right, the ones that are going to be deceived are the unelect. The unelect. All right, so this is a great sign of the Lord's return, which is coming sooner than we believed. Okay, and last night, in fact, 3 in the morning, I saw chariots flickering and shining and that, So let's go to one more scripture, then we'll finish it up. Look up your redemption. Yeah, look up, your redemption draweth nigh. And Salakia, if you can hear some blowing in the background, I've got my fan on because it's quite warm here in London. It's been hot as a mofo, man. I'll tell you one thing, as you get older, you prefer winter more. Jake does not like boiling hot weather, man. Luke 21 and 28. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. And we know it's coming. But obviously, as Israelites, we're just so eager to get the hell out of here. We want these things to happen as soon as possible. But we're bound. The Lord is bound by His word, and the Lord has to play things out according to His specific timeline, which is not going to be long. Okay, which is not going to be long. Which is not going to be long. We're not going to be here for many, many, many years. Esau can come out with all these bullshit 2030, 2035. Me personally speaking as an Israelite man, I don't believe that. I believe it's sooner rather than later. All right? We're not here long, man, because, if we're here long enough, man, Esau will try and delete everybody, okay? Okay? Hence the reason why, Esau's doing his things, pursuing to Revelation 12, verse 12, because they know they've got a short time, and the Lord is speeding up time for the elect's sake. All right? The Lord is speeding up time for the elect's sake, paraphrasing scripture there. But anyway, all praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yashai B'Shem Rakakadash. So the ch1pp has begun, and Lord willing, this thing speeds up even more. Anyway, Shalom.